And we are back for another weekly brawl, and I am joined once again by Luke. How you doing, Luke?
Yeah, and once again, I'm doing pretty good. How you doing?
Pretty good, yeah. It's always nice to jump into the arena for a couple of matches of Blitz,
Yeah.
which is where we are right now. Selecting our characters, and while I kind of try to decide who I want to brawl with, let's see. I'm gonna make my selections real quick. Good old Tristan and Gosen.
Yeah.
So, while we kind of load into our first match here, the latest news in the world of Hyper Brawl is about to become even more interesting because we have teased this. We do have some very cool news happening this week. Of course, PAX is happening right now, and that means that things happen at PAX, and Hyper Brawl might also have things happening at PAX. So keep an eye on our channels. If you're watching this, you probably already are. But just to be safe, keep an eye on the social channels, where you might also find the latest giveaways. We have run one every week for the last couple of weeks. There just might be another one this week, so stay tuned for that. And of course, as always, the best way to be informed about giveaways, about PAX news, about these videos, about everything we're doing is the newsletter. So if you're watching this on YouTube, there'll be something in the description linking you to the newsletter. If you're watching it elsewhere, you can go to hyperbrawl.com and get all the latest information there, as well as a link to sign up. So I think that's the quickest bit of housekeeping we've done so far.
That was pretty speedy.
Yeah, so I think with all that behind us, let's jump into some actual Blitz here. Oh, I like your character skins.
Yeah, I wanted to go a bit. Flashy today.
Nice.
I usually want to just get straight into the action, so I don't have much time to pick my skins. But I thought, whilst we're doing some housekeeping,
Oh wow,
plenty of time.
nice.
That was pretty good.
That was pretty good, yeah. So, while we kind of brawl, we've been doing this for a little while. Is that we have, beyond just talking Hyper Brawl, even though that is always very cool, we're also talking about other stuff that we're doing and playing, and something that people might maybe want to check out while they're waiting for Hyper Brawl's inevitable launch, which we might have information about soon. So what I have been playing is an old game, actually, that it's new to me, but it actually came out in 2015, and it's a game called Rebel Galaxy.
Okay.
And so it's basically, imagine you're like Han Solo in the Star Wars franchise. And so it's a space game. You're flying around. You can decide whether you want to be a trader or a pirate or work for the Merchants Guild or the Mercenaries Guild and that kind of thing, or the militia. So you kind of decide what factions. So there are some faction standings with all of them, depending on who you do missions for and how you do those missions. So again, if you want to just focus on trading and upgrading your ship and equipment that way, you can do that. Or you can be a pirate, just take whatever you want, because that's always fun and dangerous.
Yeah.
Or you can take the safer route. There's a story and everything, and you get better ship, you get better weapons, and there's a long path of from the very beginnings to the most kitted out spaceship. That's a long journey.
Cool.
But it's been really fun. I've been enjoying it. Again, it's been out for 5 years, so it's not a new game, but I'm really liking it. It's very challenging. It's very tough.
Really?
I think it makes it satisfying to play just because it's such a detailed, long journey from this puny little spaceship that looks like a small sports car. It's this tiny thing that's maybe 10 times the size of a person. It feels like, and then you can get all the way up to dreadnoughts and destroyers and all these things that are cities in space, basically massive, almost space station ships. And so there's the whole thing of making your way up, and
yeah,
it's cool. Yeah, exactly. Because it's like an RPG in a sense, right? It has all this progression, and again, you make your character is your ship, and you decide what your character looks like and how it works. Whether you want a ship full of lasers or mines or homing missiles or Gatling guns or all sorts of crazy stuff, which is really awesome.
Well, that sounds pretty awesome, yeah. So not platinumed quite yet? Or have you?
No, it's a fairly long one. I don't know if I'm gonna get the platinum on it. Because again, it's very long and it's very tough, and I don't know if I have the patience for consistently dying on what is supposed to be easy missions according to the risk level. But maybe I'm just terrible. I don't know, but it's tough. Oh no! Speaking of being terrible, left that wide open.
That sounds actually really cool. Yeah, I love me some I love sci-fi games.
Yeah, it has like, even though it's very tough, I think it actually in terms of controls is maybe the most accessible space game I've ever played.
Oh.
Because normally in space games, it's all about the 360 controls. Like you can fly upside down and all this stuff. But in this, it's basically like playing a sailing game. Like it functions like naval combat. So all you can do is left and right. You don't have to worry about up and down.
Okay, that's really interesting, actually.
And your ship literally has like starboard cannons. Basically, like if you're playing like Assassin's Creed Black Flag or something.
Yeah.
So it's very like approachable in terms of controls, but obviously in difficulty maybe not so much. Speaking of difficulty, I got totally schooled.
That was the segue that was in my head too.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully the difficulty is not quite as tough for the next match. We'll see how that goes.
Let's find out. Okay, and we're back for match 2KA. Talking a little bit about difficulty, as you were just mentioning. So I went back to playing a little bit of Fall Guys recently.
Nice.
Because I've played so much Fall Guys at this point. But I'd taken a couple days break from it just because I thought I was playing a little bit too much. I was getting a little bit too Fall Guys crazy.
Right. I'm sure a lot of people have been there.
Yeah, exactly. And then, yeah, so as far as difficulty goes, obviously, the game's meant to be casual, it's meant to be fun. The longer the game is out for, the more frustrating it's getting, purely because everybody's getting really, really good at the game. Like, everybody knows all the little strats and all the little tricks. I mean,
this is what happened to Rocket League. Like, if you're not able to literally fly at all times in Rocket League, you're gonna lose at this point. People are so good.
So obviously, to keep up, I was on YouTube videos and I was checking out, the little, not cheats, but the little exploits you can do.
Tips and tricks.
Exactly. Yeah, get through the level quicker. But the longer the game goes on, the more everybody you notice that everybody else is doing the exact what used to be like, insider knowledge. Now everybody's doing the exact kind of same thing, which is fair because now it does make the game a bit more challenging because everybody's kind of trying to do the same thing as you. But but what's really interesting is
nice.
that was almost a failure on the level of Fall Guys. I
mean, you're talking about difficulty when you're fighting even yourself. It's not going to be any easy.
Pretty tough. But yeah, so they recently introduced an update which makes some of the levels a bit more random. So essentially, before all the levels were, more or less exactly the same with just a little bit of randomness that you could kind of figure out, a strategy or a path throughout each level. But a lot of those levels now, they've essentially added each kind of section of that level design is kind of randomized, and it kind of introduces a lot of variety into the actual your path through that level. So there's no longer like one meta path essentially through whatever.
So you can't just repeat your previous successes.
Exactly. It's now I'm sure there's still a little bit of that, but now not only do you have to know that knowledge, you have to be able to apply that knowledge based on what you're about to run into. So you'll be going through the level and you'll kind of say, oh, it's instead of doing the spinny hammers, it's doing the swingy pendulums or whatever. So you have to kind of take that into account.
So you adapt on the fly, very much like HyperBrawl, I suppose.
Very much
oh no! Like even though I'm very poor at adapting, because I'm just getting my ass handed to me here.
So I think that's definitely helped with the difficulty spike, because now everybody is on a similar playing field once again.
Right. Nice.
When nobody knows what's going on.
Yeah, I think they're handling that game perfectly, right? I mean, it's a mixture of listening to the community, obviously, which is something we're very familiar with as well throughout development. But adjusting, making so even though it's not necessarily just look at the new thing, it's like, well, we've made the existing thing better and more interesting, and that's really the best way to get the most out of. Again, not necessarily having new content, but keeping existing stuff fresh.
Finding new ways to use the content that you already have.
Yeah, and keep surprising players, right?
Exactly.
It's really smart.
Yeah, subverting expectations.
Yeah. I mean, that's really cool. I've not played. I've mentioned this before. I feel like one of the 5 people on the planet who have not played Fall Guys. So, you know, but I've watched like dozens of hours of live streams of Fall Guys. It does look very fun.
It is.
But as you know, I'm all about those shiny trophies, and it's for me. It sounds like too much luck is required, and maybe I'm just not willing to actually just get good. But
yeah, I'd say it's about. I mean, I think it's about 50-50 personally, but I think that's
luck.
The right way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, there is a lot of luck, but if you're terrible at Fall Guys, you're not going to keep winning. You might win on a fluke, but it's still all about like actually knowing how the game functions and being good at, dealing with the obstacles and people grabbing you or whatever else might happen.
Yeah.
So it's still very much skill involved.
Yeah, definitely.
Talk about skill. Nice. Oh man, that was good.
Nice.
Right. Oh no.
So have you been watching anything cool recently?
Yeah, I've been watching something that I didn't know until today. Seemingly came out in 2018, but came to Netflix recently.
Okay.
And if I say the name, I'm sure you can kind of guess what it's tied to. It's called Cobra Kai.
Yes.
Yes. To anyone who doesn't know what Cobra Kai is, it's Karate Kid. So it's basically, a show, 2 seasons so far, that follows the original films, including the main character and basically his arch nemesis. Mm-hmm. Kind of like Luke and I, I don't know who's the main character, who's the arch nemesis, but I'll leave that for people to decide. But yeah, it's about them, and obviously, it being called Cobra Kai, you can maybe guess that it's going to be about a dojo, just like the Cobra Kai dojo in the original films. But it's cool. It's them as adults. Obviously, their life has changed, but in so many ways, it very much has not. There's still a lot of rivalries and that kind of thing. And so far, it's cool. I've only watched a few episodes, but seems quite promising.
Wow, that was nice.
Yeah. That's really nice.
I've seen the first season.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, how do you like it so far?
Yeah, I
mean, I assume you did if you watched the whole thing.
Yeah, it's obviously, taking a leaf from the era that it originates from, the 80s. It's very, very cheesy.
It is, yeah.
I think it knows how cheesy it is, and it fully embraces it. And it's I think it's really fun, and I think it's a really cool continuation for the characters.
Definitely, yeah. I was a little bit worried initially. I was like, just because they're like, oh, so they were in the movies originally. Are they still gonna be good? You know what I mean? This many years later, but they are actually really good at portraying those characters. I think they do a really good job.
Yeah, definitely.
They very much still feel like who they were, even 15 years ago, 20 years ago, whenever. I don't even know how old these movies are at this point. But old shows my age, I guess. I think it's been so long. But it's a really cool show that I'm definitely gonna keep watching. And knowing myself, I'll probably binge it. So like a week from now, I'll probably have watched both seasons. So we'll see how that goes.
Season 3 is coming out soon, right?
Does it? I just saw people talking about it on social. I was like, it looked super fun, so I checked it out, and loving it.
Yeah, so you got more to binge.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of more, I think we've got a final match where maybe I'll have to actually focus on this game for a change. Let's see how that goes. And we are back for, at this point, the kind of obligatory serious match where I will most likely still lose, but I'm actually going to give it my best. So we'll see how that goes. Are you ready, Luke? Are you ready for this?
Oh, I'm ready as
well. For my serious face.
Nice. I'll have to watch this back to see your serious face. I can't wait to see it.
I was hoping to distract you while you were playing, but I guess it didn't work. Okay, let's see here. I don't think I've honestly ever selected Rune during our weekly brawls.
Rune's cool.
So now is the time.
Yeah.
And since she's a warrior, I'm going to give her a good old hammer.
Sweet.
Nice.
I'm also, I'm going for Bazooki and Gozen. I'm going for 2 light characters.
This is a femme fatale battle. It's only female characters.
Yeah, because this is the biggest arena in the game. I think definitely in terms of from one end of the goal to the other.
Right.
So I wanted to go some pretty fast characters to be able to traverse it as quick as possible.
That's a good shot.
Yeah.
A lot of room for some curves.
Exactly.
There we go. Nice. All right. Well, good luck to me. Bad luck to you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right. Let's see how this goes.
Brawl. So.
Oh no! Already.
So thanks for coming, everybody. It's been.
I would say it's been a pleasure, but I keep losing, so I don't know. I mean, it is always fun, even losing, because again, there's some epic goals here and there. Even occasionally for me, which is surprising.
Yeah, there's been a lot of cool ones.
Oh no.
Maybe we'll have to make a compilation of K's most epic goals.
Yeah, it'll be like a really short compilation. Come on, yes.
That was pretty epic. That's going in the compilation.
That's one. Maybe we'll have a 3-second GIF by the end of this. No. Oh man.
That was Bok Bazooki.
That's the game of chicken, where it's like, when do I dive to try and intercept?
There you go. When those holes close up, gives you a lot more room to breathe.
Nice. And I actually remembered to use my weapon. That's why I have them. So nice.
That's why I got them.
Okay. Oh no, that was not. Oh man, I almost knocked out myself there.
Whoa.
Oh, nice use. Nice weapon use. Oh.
I think this is my favorite arena to use the mag glove on. Even one of the circular.
You got so much, again, so much distance. Talking about the length of the arena, like so much room to kind of get it on track where you want it to be, so it doesn't you bounce into your own goal or stuff like that.
Ooh, if that pillar wasn't there, that would have been a great kick.
Oh, I think that pillar actually lifted me up. Nice. I was flying for a moment there, which was very unexpected. But that's the thing. Unexpected things happen in this game, which is why it's so much fun. Oh no, I was trying. Maybe too hard.
It's going to go down the hole.
That was not what I intended to do. Go away. Oh no.
Bazooki took one for the team there.
Oh wow! Amazing. I mean, that's one of the combination.
That was pretty awesome.
That was very cool. Wow, I'm never gonna. That's the highlight of my career. There's nothing I can do to make any better goals than that.
Should we end it there?
I mean, we've ended on a high in that case. I'll give you some time to do something equally cool.
Appreciate that. That was alright.
Yeah, I mean, the bar has been set so high now, I don't even know.
Alright, I know what kind of goal I'm going for. I might not. No, it didn't work that time.
Not bad. Oh no. Oh no, that was not what I... Oh, left it wide open. Terrible, terrible.
Not much you could do. Not much you could do, unfortunately. Although... Whoa, no.
No. Go away! No!
Oh my god. That was pretty good.
Right in between, nice. Oh, no! Totally wasted opening there. Oh no.
Sweet. I'm gonna try and do it. Oh, that's kind
Oof,
of
nice. Oh, that was so close!
Yeah, that was very close.
Oh man, that would have been so good.
Lightning does not strike twice, unfortunately.
No, not quite.
Oh, get the ball, get the ball. Get the ball. Oh, jeez.
Oh, man. Yeah, that would have been too good. That would have been way too good. No. Oh, no.
There it is.
Oh, wow. That was very close. Look, I can't even...
Wow.
Oh, no. I fell off. I fell off.
That was pretty close. Good effort, though.
That's pretty close. Yeah, I mean, thank you.
I
think
that was the best goal.
Exactly. I'll take it. You might have taken me down, but I mean, that was very epic.
I give it to you.
And you know, considering I'm usually the one making all the social content, if that ends up on social, you've been warned. You've been warned. Gotta show off my own skills. Anyway, I think that's it for our weekly brawl. So as a reminder, if you've made it this far, you've just watched some awesome goals, mainly from Luke, but also occasionally from me.
You are MVP.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was very... I earned it for a change. But yeah, speaking of cool things, again, like I mentioned at the beginning, we do have some very cool news happening. PAX is happening right now. We have a virtual booth. We're selected as one of only 20 games on the PAX Indie Showcase. It's still very amazing. So a lot of cool stuff happening. Keep an eye on all the channels and wherever you consume your HyperBrawl goodies for some very cool news very soon. I think with that, Luke, thanks for joining me, as always.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys next time.
Bye, guys.